Sensei and some that's bound for months. He away, Melendry, he away, and some that's bound for Etok Bay to teach them ways to dance. He away, Melendry boy, we're all bound to go.
You blink. And then,
Watcher.
you have returned to Bareth's realm.
Your preference.
You can't be certain.
Once again, you have tell me what you have learned. My patience is not infinite.
She closes the gap between you in a blink. This near, you realize
Every time you defy me, I grow further inclined to disassemble your soul and scatter your essence to the farthest corners of the beyond once the task I have assigned you is complete. So have a care, Watcher. Intriguing. While attend. Tell me what your many eyes...
In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices. In the space beside Bareth, they are round, keen...
Here we are.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step. They are well.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages. And we do so love a riddle. Watcher, you do so fear loss. I once asked you to bury my scroll beneath Black Meadow. Some things must be lost to be found again. But you have never believed that, have you? Let me remind you. We have read the book of your life, Watcher. It is heavy with the weight of your choices, and its pages are not We see between the strings of the world, and Aothas is there. What tune he plays, we do not know.
A man strides through the door to Bareth's realm. Galawain, the change fast on Galawain's heels. From out of the water rears a glowing lure.
Aothas is not.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on leaves.
If his journey leads him back to us,
Aothas does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Andra's voice rises like a tide. The doors lining the walls of Bareth's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar. Finally, a blacksmith's sledge, a man forged in metal, stands before you. He walks forward.
We should destroy Aothas. He could be a weapon.
Abaddon's words carry the heat of the forge.
Abaddon speaks with wisdom. He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of. I will send tsunamis to slow him, if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shop. Mogren.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Aora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks. I doubt fire and water, but I will bear down upon Aothas with all the heat and fury of the earth. If I must.
The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs wows many. Only the pallid.
My end comes to all things. Should Aothas care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts. Aothas, freedom from the endless revolutions of Barath's wheel. The final emancipation of the countless stolen mortal lives the gods hoard within themselves.
The child of light will not choose the hour of might.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of
The crack of thunder.
We can wait no longer. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans. To live is a choice, and you yet.
The warmth of the water begins to creep across the. You scrabble at the tiles. You splash down in water so dark the gods are gone.
I've got it.
I'm all ears. Tell me what's on your mind. She started it. All right. At least I know I got you in my corner. No one's had my back in a long time, Watcher. That I was meant to help you. Just as always. Not a day or night goes by that I don't glimpse. It calls to me. I got a wildness in my blood. Oh, I am. Can you hear? Already they're giving me such sweet death. You know where to find me if you...
Is there something you only have to ask?
What are we standing around for?
I can still feel those vines on my skin. But that will pass. Thank you.
Great and terrible things are at work. And once again, you seem to be in the middle of it. The Rawatayans we passed will doubtless spread word of what you've done in Hasongo. But others will want to know what you've seen. They'll look to you for answers. As am I. It reminds me of the question that drew me to the Deadfire. I promised to tell you what I was doing among the animals. As you may have guessed, I was observing them, gathering information on the various animancy operations in the region. Yes, and animancy is a subject of particular interest to the Leaden Key. Through it, I hope to pick up the trail. That's where it gets complicated. After that incident in Old Valia, I thought more about the Leaden Key and its particular composition. It's existed for over two. That's when I realized how short-sighted I'd been. I found references to an ancient, and they appear to have been working independently, without direct intervention from Theos, for almost 2 millennia. Most sources refer to them as... I don't know where in the Deadfire they are exactly, but I was hoping we could look for them together. That's all I ask. I know that look.
What's gnawing you? Wasn't what I expected. I know that. I had this idea that maybe I'd get along with him. Either 'cause he was like his mom, but it was like somebody talked him out of his personality. And when he looked at you, you got the feeling he was looking at someone a long ways behind you. It's not his fault. He's alone out here. If she was so sure of herself, she'd have had that cult leader following her. Hard to replace something like that.
I can still feel those vines under my skin. But that will pass. Thank you.
I join crew. Worthless now, Arkamir.
Sientere, but I must prepare for my work as Sayuka.
Questions, Captain?
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for? Aye. When I were a wee swap, the sea be alright poxy ore on a cat. Mentored me too. Learn me letters. Right, fantastic. Fucking word out, we're mutiny. Well, no, I don't normally be singing no praises of veracity, Cap. But in the matter, fair. He be of old Valian stock. A good man and righteous. More than one swab he be on the old salt of deferral. Why, Cap? Nay, we never shared a bunk. Well, only knows, Cap. She treated me like my mere presence gave her fame. Thanks, Cap. I ain't no liar, Cap. Lies be for novices. Then I be possessed. Ain't a subject I much feel like speaking on at the moment.
Agrasima, Casita, for taking me on.
Captain, a word? You've spoken to Aethys, which means you know what we're up against. If the fleet sailed up to him, and there's no stopping him, is there? So, that's a no? I suppose there's a certain appeal to recognizing the inevitable. We don't have to waste our breath trying to stop it. Said every sailor who it reminds me of the first time I shot to kill. There he stood, a pirate captain barking. The wind toyed with us. I took aim, never thinking I'd make the shot, but then I felt this awareness. A cannon blast took me by surprise. I squeezed off. I don't know if Bareth kicked open a door or the Sky Mother held my hand, but I've got that same feeling now. Better or worse, I know that Aethys is meant to succeed. Hope I didn't take the wind out of your sail. What? That's more than most people get.
I've got some answers.
Light of Aethys be upon you. Your friend guided you truly. Gadarian, we answer the shining god. Already the Vanguard prepares to make its journey, with more soon to follow. Yes, in fact, when the time is right.
Just your souls, then?
The shining god, what good is a soul to walk the lighted...
Tough to walk very far without a soul. The Hollowborn, usually...
Gadarian Bosch leads the Vanguard. They will be the first to join the run.
Baron said something about the Vanguard.
The Vanguard know their own, and Gadarian...
If they know their own, what do you think they'd say?
I'm afraid you cannot. The Vanguard is reserved for the most faithful among us. You have not even joined the partisans. I agree. And unfortunately, even if I were to initiate, their ship is docked right now in Nekataka.
You think he could be on it? If he left right after we did, we gotta go.
They won't take you. Stay and learn about the partisans of the...
That's a real nice offer.
Isilmir tells me you've been talking again.
Yeah, guess we are talking more. Don't worry, though. Nothing bad about you.
I didn't realize she was conversant with anything else.
You'd be surprised. She's been decent. Maybe because I stopped responding to her when she's mean.
Well, I'd hate to think I've suffered another awakening. Are you certain it's her?
Gon's sickle comes for us all, yet his light shines brightest for those who embrace him.
We missed it. They're gonna park that thing next to Aethys and Slither. I wish they'd gone ahead with it before they got... If we can't catch, can you promise me we'll go right now? I knew there was some...
Do not leave me in suspense, I say. Have ask. Whatever I know, the sanctuary, I am hoping that the question it might in better times than these. The trading, I do not doubt just so. Do not leave me in. If you have questions, the royal brother will hear you. Ikera, my ask only Kaza. It is, I'm nowhere in the city does what are. It is for my sister. It is, I'm nowhere in this use are. It is for my sister. It is this, I'm not nowhere in Ikera. Speak.
A tepu, drawer of maps. I have nothing to sell unless you are needing something else. There is not a Huana... I recently had the pleasure to discover... read, our ancestors marked off specific, some thousands of... The Huana survived by taking shelter. Since those days, I am told that the Oaxaca are protective toward the isles. I was surveying the waters around the shore. I did not make it far up the beach. Understand, imagine how much history... Death. I did not mean to... Should you land on a sanctuary... I will not deny curiosity. The same thing we all... But if I am being selfish...
You return intact. Nagati is not always kind to those who travel upon her domain. A messenger from the jaws of Tangaloa speaks with... It is fitting that yours should be the voice that tells of Hasongo's fate. What did you see there? From Port Mage to Hasongo to Magrin's teeth, Aethys, in the deepest memory of the tribes, we have told stories of Magrin's. My people speak of treacherous seas, lakes of Ashenmaw is the grandest and most accessible of the peaks. It is the sharpest tooth in Magrin's jaw. Prepare. If you make preparations in Nekataka, I must keep the city's peace, and I have only so many arms and eyes. While the deadfire screams, I would see what I need is a lasting peace that will out... What do you know of my water shapers, Herald of Bareth? Akira, if you recall... My water shapers are the levy holding back Rawatai's advance. An adept standing at the prow...
Don't get too cozy, Highness. That false sense of security will get you into trouble.
Akira, I would not want your employers to think me easy prey. This reminds me, I owe the Hazanui a basket of koiki in remembrance of the Battle of Nakaroatl. That is Aruihi's job, but Akira, there is a side of while the problems of Aethys and overindulgent
Pit your strongest water wizards against their weight in iron and black powder, Highness.
Akira, and how long will this contest last in open water? Now would be the time to confer with Guildmaster Mairu, but she does not answer my summons. Akira, for this I employ a guildmaster and a watcher. The guild can suffer no setbacks if my Nagati do not abandon us now.
Death.
My brothers and sisters have set sail for Neketaka.
I thought the tribes needed them to calm the weather.
A greater storm surrounds this place. We must answer the call of the Kahanga. If the outsiders do not trample us first, the Green God will surely do it for them.
Do not speak this way, my love.